Hey guys, so I decided to do this again. I know some of you guys might get bored of me. You guys might actually be kind of surprised too, going live and or doing so many videos in so many days. Kind of surprising, right? So, thank you to TBI. Starts with the J. Last night he commented on one of the other videos saying, "Hey, you made it so it's so we couldn't comment on your other video," and I don't know how I did that. I swear I clicked no, it's not for kids, but I made sure that this video says no, it's not for kids. So yeah, I'm gonna drink a cup of coffee since nobody's on. So I have a feeling that one of these pesky cats. Yep, I knew it. One of them jumped up in my lap. Well, get your butt. Be a lady. So, yeah. Kind of thinking about, what to, hey. Yeah. Hey. Okay, so yeah, I did make it correct. I did, finally. Yes, I did it correctly. I didn't mess it up this time. So, kind of thought it would be interesting for you guys to see how I do kind of like basic stuff that some of you kind of take for granted with with an arm transplant. So I literally just got Artemis, off. Sorry. For instance, right, I did it off camera before I started this. I actually just got this idea. So cilantro, right? Thanks. I can't hold a knife, right? So what I had to do was I had to use a pair of scissors, and no one's here right now to help me, so I'm really trying to do this by myself. And yes, I could just wait for her to get home and like help me, but I want to like surprise. But like I can't just use a pair of scissors like normal people can. Like I can't put my fingers in there, right? I can't do that. So what I have to do is I have to grab the scissors like this and then do this with both my hands. So what I had to do for cilantro is I had to put the cilantro on the countertop and I had to go like this and just sit there, and like my little chef heart inside of me just like started dying because I could hear like Gordon Ramsay in the back of my head yelling at me and being like, I can't do a British accent. Like I really wish I wish I had an editor right now and like clipping and editing this right now for me. And like I just know like knife consistency is like one of my biggest things. So I'm sitting here looking at the cilantro and it's just like there's big cuts, there's little cuts, and then there's like cuts that aren't all the way through. But we're just gonna, my OCD is gonna kick in. I'm just like, oh, like, I mean, it's cut. Anyway, so, okay, so all of it's on my hands, right? So, I mean, for instance, right, I mean, salsa. Yes, I could not easily make my own salsa. Me personally. Yes, I mean, I could have made pico de gallo, which is, oh my God, John. It's tomatoes, it's, well, you could use white onions, red onions. Some people don't like red onions because they taste like, some people say cat piss. Cilantro, lime juice, and I feel like I'm missing, my brain is scattered today. Some salt. But since I'm trying to really do this by myself, I figured buying a pre-made thing of salsa, right? But the problem is this is a brand new jar. So with brand new jars, I have an issue trying to open brand new jars. I absolutely love red onions. So I'm from the Midwest, and I grew like vegetables back in our garden, and one of them were green onions, and we would go and pick them up or pick them out of the garden. And I would say quite a few of them didn't make them to our table because by the time I got done picking them, I would brush off the dirt, and this is probably why I don't get sick. I'd brush off the dirt and then put a little bit of salt on them and then just eat them. And I still to this day would just grab an onion off the countertop and eat it. And people just sit there and be like, yeah, I'm that guy. But anyway, so like how I do jars, right? Let's see. Right now my phone's being held by what's called a utensil holder. It's a nifty little gadget for your kitchen where like I don't know if you guys know what it is, but you should look it up. But like brand new jar, right? So right hand is kind of my weakest hand. Extension is good, as you can see. Extension is this motion. So the index finger, it doesn't really want to extend. It's kind of weird. But yeah, thumb control, I mean, it's good. But strength-wise, meh. Left hand, it's like it's kind of like my pimp hand. It's my strong hand. This is like, if I want to grab something, like this is what I grab it with. But when it comes time to like open it, it's like, the extensors suck. So what I have to do, I'm gonna grab the base of the jar, and I wish I could. I'm gonna try to see if I can angle my phone down. So I'm really sorry if my hand gets in the way. I'm just trying to figure out a way so you guys can see this without me knocking this down. Again, equipment. That's about the best I can do. I apologize. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain it to you guys. I'm going to grab the base of the jar with my left hand, right? Like this. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to try to hold it with my left and then squeeze and then turn with my right. But I can't do it. I don't have enough strength. So my ears are starting to turn red because all the blood went to the top of my head. So this little gadget is great for people who have dexterity issues. So I'm really glad that I didn't have this injury like 20 years ago because I don't feel like I would do so well. I'm going to do this on the other countertop because it's going to make a lot of noise. And I do apologize. I do have music in the background. So there's a button on top. That button right there. So what I do is I put this on top of the jar. I push that button. And yeah, that'll make that noise. So what it's doing right now is there's two mechanisms. And there's two different little clamps. One clamps around the jar. The other clamps around the lid. And it's opened. So there's two mechanisms. Oh, excuse me. There's two different ones. So there's this one that clamps around the jar, and then this. Sorry, now I'm yelling. Now and then there's this one that clamps around the lid, and I got an itch, and it's great. I mean, it really helped me out a lot, especially when I have weaker like movement. It's super useful. So like if you know like your grandma or your grandpa, I've really got to get this vein checked out. I've really got to get that vein checked out. So like it's really useful, especially with anybody with like arthritis issues or anything like that. It's just, I don't know, like I don't understand like why we haven't, like people with arthritis have had these issues for quite a while. I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm new to this world. I don't know. But yeah, so cool, right? I'm gonna put this away because I believe in cooking in a clean kitchen. So the next thing is, what's going on, Michael? Sorry, I was. If I don't see your comment, please write it again. If I don't respond to you, so on my screen, it disappears within like literally like 5 seconds. So I apologize, and I really appreciate you guys coming. I know that it's like 5 o'clock my time on the East Coast. So I don't know what time it is, like, in your country, or, like, what time it is on your like, don't worry, the knife blade isn't, like, near my neck. Actually, yeah, that actually was facing my neck. Oops. So I really appreciate you guys coming, and, like, I don't know if it's, like, dinner time where you guys are, but, yeah. So, like, opening containers, like what this is. By the way, do you have a Spotify? Yeah, I'm playing it right now. I don't have a Spotify playlist. I know, like, I asked you guys to help me come up with, like, a playlist when I went up to Boston. I really should have. So I really should have created one. You guys would have probably helped me out. I probably should just have you guys add playlists, but I'm a little scared what you guys might come up with. I might be, like, turning it on, and all of a sudden in the car I might get some, like, what's that one song I really like? Nightmare. I play it to Artemis because she's a little black cat, and I feel like she's possessed sometimes. Fucking spazzing out on top of the dresser, and all of a sudden she goes crazy. But yeah. So, like, this is, don't help me out. I have TBI, and this word's hard for me. Hermetically sealed. So, like, 11 p.m. So, like, this, I don't even know how you guys open it, but I think this is probably the same way. So after I use this knife, though, I gotta wash it because, yeah, raw. But I got bison because I'm making tacos. So I don't like what I call pink slime, but I don't like ground beef. But what I'm doing is I'm basically taking the knife and very carefully sliding it around the edges. I'm lifting it out each time because I can't really do that sawing motion that you guys can do without cutting myself. And I get more of like I get more strength when I push it through. So I'll show you once I get one side down. So I have more strength going straight down. There we go. So yeah. So like that is fully open. I can't saw the blade, and plus it's not serrated. I bet you I could do it with the serrated blade, but I could probably do it easier now with scissors. It'd probably make much more sense if I use scissors, huh? Hey John, use a pair of scissors. Excuse me for drinking coffee. I'm gonna use scissors. I'll just have to put these in the sink. But this is the troubles that a lot of people that don't see now. This is a problem, is it's gonna move, but so like, sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to keep this still. So this is a problem a lot of people don't really think about. They think that, oh, you have, thanks man, I appreciate that. You have an arm transplant, right? You have somebody else's arms attached to you, like, like, you're good. You're complete. You're now a double amputee. Whatever, cool, right? No, that's not how this works, Like I think after I get into this stuff, I don't like coffee. I try it so many times, but it just doesn't taste. You know what, Jonas? Like I actually drink it with like a lot of like creamer. I've opened bags with a large wooden hammer. I actually do it with a lot of creamer, so it doesn't even look black anymore. It's like white-ish. But I think, you know, I think I'm gonna do like a series, like where like I actually sit down with you guys and kind of tell you like the whole insight of all this stuff, of like my inner thinkings about like a lot of this stuff. Maybe actually schedule it so it's not like this live. So you guys can kind of, you know, I don't know if you guys, if you didn't read the book, you didn't read the book. Please don't feel pressured to. But like, you know, like how were you feeling, you know, when you got blown up the first time? And like that be one video. Maybe I'll put the documentary on my channel first. And then this is gonna be gross, but gotta do what you gotta do, right? Wait. Never mind. Maybe put the documentary on there, but like maybe you guys open up, you know, what were you thinking the first time you got injured? When you lost all your memories, you know? Then what was, you know, your thought process, you know, kind of like, instead of like interviewers and all the reporters' questions and everything like that. And then we can just kind of work up to work up to the second part. Sorry. I have this thing now, even as a Marine, after my arm transplant, I don't know what it is, but I hate getting my hands dirty. It's just this grossest feeling now. I have a spam call coming. I have to ignore it. Oh, I can feel the raw meat on my hands now. It's just like the grossest. Oh, it's so gross to me right now. Ugh. Ugh. Anyway, yeah. Maybe we can do something like that. You guys let me know what you guys think about that. Thank you for reminding me. I will buy the book tomorrow. No cap. No, man, you know what? No, don't worry about it. Like, it's not a big deal. That wasn't like a, hey, go out and buy the book. I actually literally just got a, can I buy your book on Amazon? Yeah, you can. That wasn't a, me pushing my book. I actually just got a loyalty check. You want to hear the first part of my John's inner thinkings, inner thoughts, as a, I guess, published writer, even though, well, I actually do use that hashtag on Instagram. The whole publishing world, unless you're like so I'm sorry. Too bad I'm buying the book. So I'm doing the same thing with the what are these called? I should read it. Tortillas. I'm doing the same thing. I know they're contaminated, but I actually put the tortillas on an open fire. So even if they are contaminated with raw meat, I'm gonna kind of not burn them, but cook them a little bit so they're not raw. So unless you're a published writer, how's it called? Don't make fun of me. Listen, German, don't make fun of me. Unless you're a published writer, unless you're a published author, you don't get a lot. And I've said this out loud, and I actually said it in the, not in the foreword. I think it's actually in the introductory of my book. But, and somebody just commented, and I feel bad that I didn't look up, but I was concentrating on that. So whoever, not Jonas, because you're making fun of me about say that again. So Don't do that again, Jonas. No, I'm kidding. You can continue to make fun of me. I like the banter. Bro, what are these? What are these smileys? Oh, the book. Oh, Rebuilding Sergeant Peck. Sorry. Yeah, it's Rebuilding Sergeant Peck. So unless you're a published author, you kind of get ripped off by the publishing house. Which I said in the foreword, it's not, or the introductory, it's not a big deal, and like, it's not a big deal. Like, I didn't do the book to make a lot of money. It was more to help people. Sour cream. This is a pain. This right here is probably, this hurts. Ah, dude, Jonas, and I really, if I'm mispronouncing your name, please forgive me. I'm really bad with names. This hurts, and if you have something with teeth or a clicking sound, you may want to look away for about 5 seconds. It doesn't hurt because of the way I do it, but what I gotta do, pick it up. Was opened, and I kind of just there's a stupid thing, but there's a tab, so that's easy. Hold on, I gotta throw this away. Ta-da! Yeah. So, that's it. Yeah. I'm gonna clean up my little counter. That needs to go in the sink. This needs to go in the sink. Yeah. So, yeah. That's basically it. No, dude, you don't have to worry. It's, okay. You guys already ordered it. Oh, wow. No, so, like, I guess you guys actually ordered, like, everybody ordered quite a few books. So, I guess a lot of people ordered books, which is great. But the way it works with the publisher is they actually get 85% of the sales. Yeah, right? 85% of the sales. Great, right? And then, since I have a co-writer, not a co-writer, a ghostwriter, yeah, you're gonna see my chair go up. Best part of my electric wheelchair. Since I have a co-writer, I get 60%, and then I get 60% of that 15%, and then she gets the other 40%. So it's really kind of like, I don't know. Like I said, it's I wasn't expecting to make a lot of money off the book, but it was just kind of like, it wasn't about making money. I just wish that it got out to a lot more people. That way it would have helped a lot more people. Like, I wish the documentary got to where it's at now, instead of, I wish the documentary, like, got to where it's at now, instead of like it wasn't as, like, out there. That way the book could have been like that way the documentary could have been like, oh, by the way, if you want a more detailed look, like, hey, John has a book. We're not trying to push it, but like, you may want to actually go read it. Again, like, it's not because we're trying to push his book, but like, the book has so much more details about like, I actually like talk about like my suicide. Of course, I'm not suicide because I'm here, but like, I talked about my uncle who was yes, that. I talked about like how my uncle was like addicted to drugs, not pushing religion, but like he found God, and like how he became my father figure, and like I didn't believe in like God at all, and then I died, and I saw my uncle because he died 2 days before my Afghan deployment, and like just all this other stuff, and like they didn't put that in the documentary whatsoever. And it's just like there's a whole bunch of other details in the book that I felt like they could have like helped a lot of people, especially like the suicidal thoughts, the depression, and everything else. So like those are like the inner thinkings like I wish like we could have got out there. So yeah. But all right, that's enough rambling, John. All right, guys. So last part of this whole come cook with me is me doing the actual meat thing. So spoiler. It's not a spoiler. Don't worry about it. No spoiler. No spoilers. Don't worry. Okay, that's too far. You don't need to see that. Oh my god. What? Actions. Go to channel. No, don't go to channel. Alright. I think you guys know how I cook meat. You just grab a plate. Thankfully. Oh. Don't worry, I'm not breaking anything. Alright. So we all know that bison's really super lean. So you gotta introduce some fat to it, and yeah. For me, yeah. Sorry, excuse me. I think the next step of this channel is to actually go out and stop using my phone, because this right here is great, but this is not the exact thing that you probably want to see all the time. You probably actually want to see what the hell I'm doing. Like turning on the damn stove. Sorry, the demon cat just went by. So I think the next step, I don't know if you guys saw last night, but we talked about adding a join button, and I think I figured it out. Instead of going through YouTube's algorithm and charging a monthly thing, I've seen, I'm going to mispronounce this, again, TBI, I've got to turn off the Keurig. I've seen Patreon. So I literally just thought about this while doing dinner. I gotta wait for the pan to heat up. So I've thought about that. So I'm not sure if that's kind of like if that can be. So I know with like YouTube join and like YouTube like subscribers and stuff like that, it's like a monthly thing, and I don't want to do. Like, what if, like, I'm not able to put out, we were talking, like, the people that were on last night and everything, we were talking about, like, why do you follow certain influencers and stuff like that? One guy was like, I follow inspirational people, or, things that bring me, joy in the world and stuff like that because of like I have problems with addiction. Some people don't follow influencers at all, which is great. I really don't understand influencers at all. The only reason I'm trying to do it is because I need that little blue check mark by my name on Instagram because now somebody created a fake profile of me. Just putting my hand in the pot, see if it's hot. But so I think I could link it so Patreon basically kind of do like a tip service. So if you guys are like, hey, John, your video was great. Here's $1. Congratulations, way to go. Or if it's like, hey, John, your video sucked. Here's $0. It's like, well, my videos suck. That's great. But the first thing I need to do is I need to invest my own money and get a better setup. Because the phone videos, yeah. I gotta do something. Maybe stop taking videos with my GameStop shirt. But yeah. So and the other thing was we were talking last night about kind of like the content. Yeah, I do know Twitch. So that was the other thing was kind of like the content you guys, because like I was talking to, well, I wasn't talking to because I made it so. Ow! Why aren't you opening? Ow! Open! There we go. So, the videos I was thinking about putting out there were either, at one point I was thinking about doing like, not really news videos because I can't really do that. What was it? Kind of like this, cooking videos with me and David. Or gaming videos. Or I forget what else there was. But yeah. The thing is I would have to go and get a camera. Which, because I can't do it on my phone. This quality, no bueno. I also have to get the equipment because in order to capture it, yeah. Well, yeah, I actually have a tripod. It's just I can't get the. I have a tripod. I wouldn't be able to angle it, you know what I mean? Well, it's not, I would have to, yeah. But like if I did Twitch though, I wouldn't be able to use my phone. I'd have to get the equipment to stream what's on my TV screen onto my computer. So PlayStation made it so you can no longer stream. I don't know. I looked into it a while ago and I forgot. I totally forgot. Like you have to do something weird, I thought. I can't remember. I was looking into it, but I had to get like a whole bunch of like all these different wires and stuff like that, and like I can't remember. I really can't remember. Alright. So this is probably where I'm gonna get that wonderful hands dirty, which I still haven't washed my hands. That's great. Contaminated meat hands. For a person that's probably going to get the plastic into the pan. So just kind of, I have to grab it like this, both hands, and kind of rotate, which hurts my shoulders because, yep, definitely hyper extending. See, again, tripod. Ow. So, and the plastic's in the pan. cook the plastic for a second. We're good. Not setting the place on fire. It's okay. I do know how to cook. At one point, I was actually quite good at this. Believe it or not, I know how to cook. So, have no fear. John Peck is here. So, holding the utensil like this, I know this is really super weird, but it's how I have to do it. And then turning the pot so my right hand holds it, and I really apologize for the crackling sound. Hey Google, music off. So, like I said, now I really wish I had the camera so you guys... We're going to ignore that piece of meat that just fell out of the pan. One of the cats will get it. Wait a second. Hey Google, can cats have raw bison? Cats can have raw bison. So, for this, because the bison's such a large chunk, I have to use both my hands. Do not. Oh my god. That doesn't work. I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that out loud. So I kind of have to do this like an oar, so like this. Looks like I'm swimming right now. Have you guys seen those videos where it's like, where somebody has on their Xbox, their Xbox gamer tag is Xbox power off or something like that, and they're playing, like, they go and they play Call of Duty or something. Yeah, it's like they're playing Call of Duty, and they start sucking so bad, and I saw your comment. Hold on one second. My flame keeps like going, not out, but in and out. But they keep sucking so bad that their teammates keep screaming at them, Xbox power off. And they're like, no, Xbox, don't power off. And it's just like, phew. It's like, it's probably one of the funniest things ever. I should do that. Except I don't play Call of Duty. Whoever just commented, I do apologize. I did see your comment. I cut up cilantro using a pair of scissors with both my hands. You totally missed all the fun. And I do apologize. But yeah. So, quick recap. I cut up cilantro using a pair of scissors. Right now I'm swimming in bison with both my hands. But yeah, I cut up cilantro using a pair of scissors. I'd use both my hands for that. And then I showed people how I open a jar of salsa with this little adaptive, not really adaptive, it's like it's a machine for people with dexterity issues. It's like it's not a jar opener, it's a jar opener. It's a jar opener. Yeah. I'm gonna put in this little seasoning. It's called tequila lime. I love it. Pretty good. And then I showed people how I open stuff. Sour cream. Tortilla. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna try doing things stupid. And bison packet. But I am making basic, super basic tacos. Like, we're talking super basic. Nothing fancy, no like guacamole, not hand making the salsa. Doing this 100% by myself. And yeah. Is it ever possible for you to regain your dexterity? So I've been following not following. But I actually just saw this thing the other day that has me intrigued, and I'm fully intrigued by this. And I do have to apologize. My left hand's starting to get tired. I just felt my middle finger start to give away from this utensil. Hi, Bixby. Nope, it's not going to work with me recording this. My phone's going off, so that means it's probably some kind of crypto message. Not cryptic, like crypto investing. So it smells good, really good. So they're doing this thing. Ow! Something just stabbed me. They're doing this thing with nerve regeneration on I can't see that. Something with a K. They're doing this thing with mice. So it's kind of like nerve regeneration, some kind of shot or something like that. And this mouse had some kind of problem where it couldn't walk. And they inserted this serum or something like that. Not sure where they got it, not sure where it came from. Really don't care, to be honest. I mean, I do. But this mouse had some kind of problem with its back, and all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but they inserted this serum into this mouse, and it regrew its nerves, and the mouse could walk. And my dexterity is linked to my nerve regeneration. So with my left arm, my nerves had to grow from this bulky muscle right here all the way down to the fingers. And because of my left arm being so damaged, I had so much scar tissue that it couldn't regrow. My nerves couldn't regrow through that scar tissue. And that's why I have a lot of strength, but I don't have Jesus juice. Wait, wine? Should I have wine? Or are you trying? I don't drink wine. I actually don't drink much at all. You saying I take steroids? But yeah, honestly, you deserve the best treatment. Ouch! I keep getting stabbed. But like, I wish there was something. I hope there's something that I can see, like something like that. It's just all nerve regeneration, so I'm kind of hoping that it comes true. But we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, let's face it, like, less than, I'm going to turn this fire down. Now here comes the scary part. If you see me kick back and all of a sudden fall out of frame, it's because John Peck has now officially burned his hands. And you'll see why. Here comes the super, super dangerous part, which is where I really wish that I had a better camera. Remember, for Jonas and Michael, I believe it was Michael, I said that I wasn't going to leave the flour tortillas raw. Well, if you don't do this, you are basic. Yes, I said that right. But yeah, I really wish that, or what was it, not too long ago, we couldn't even attach, arms, but now we're attaching faces and arms. I mean, the guy in New York, yeah. There was a guy in New York who had a face and arm transplant at the same time. So, I mean, come on. Like, at the same time. Like, I had a double arm transplant. That dude had a face and arm transplant. Like, come on, let's get real. Like, all right, dude. You don't have to show me up. But, like, you're able to regrow nerves now? Like, come on. I mean, even my own lifetime, we've had such a technological boost. Like, it's just incredible. So, I don't know why people are against stem cell research. It helps so many people with disabilities across the world. It does, but you gotta think about where the stem cells come from. So that's why a lot of religious groups are kind of against it. I mean, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen no matter what. But to me though, and this isn't like a statement to me. Like no matter what, it's gonna happen. It really is. It's gonna happen with like protection, or it's just people are gonna go out and do it on their own. I forget which country completely banned abortions, and then all of a sudden, I think the death rate just skyrocketed, and they found out that like people are going home and doing it themselves or something like that. I can't remember. I can't remember, but like I believe stem cells come from, if I remember correctly, stem cells come from abortions or something like that, if I remember correctly. But that's just me off the top of my head. You got to remember, I do have a TBI, so my memory is not the best. Hell, half the time I can't remember what I had for breakfast 2 days ago, unfortunately. And I burnt the first one, but I like it. Yeah, they come from a human egg. Yep. Okay. So yeah, but you gotta remember though, in America though, that's kind of how we are. It's just in America. Oh, in America, it's just like you can't really do too much right now without offending a lot of people. And with me, it's kind of like it's just like leave people alone. As long as you're not hurting one another, like just leave people alone. Like that's kind of how I am. I don't know. It's just really how I am. I don't understand it. I don't know. Maybe it's just my military mindset. Like the way I look at the world is like if you're not hurting me, if you're not hurting my family, and if like the actual shit hit the storm and you were there for me, then you're my brother and you're my sister. But there again, you got to remember I came from like Antioch, Illinois. So like that was like a small town. Like it wasn't even a town, it was a village. So we were actually a village when I left, which is like less than 10,000 people. So like not to be that person, but we had like 5 or 10 black people. But before I moved to Antioch, I was from Rockford, and that was just a whole diverse community, which I absolutely loved. But so when I got to the Marine Corps, I was like, oh shit, this is cool, right? But in the Marines, we learned it ain't about if you're black, you're white, you're Hispanic, you're Cuban, you're Latino, whatever. It ain't about you're Catholic, you're Muslim, you're Buddhist, whatever religion. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter about your religion, doesn't matter about your sex, doesn't matter about your race. If you will take a bullet for me, you are my brother and you are my sister. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. I really wish people would learn about this. Like, I forget which country that made it mandatory. I think it's Israel. It is Israel. Israel made it mandatory. And I really wish that, like, is this all I'm having for dinner? Yeah, I'm gonna make one more. I'm only having tacos. But like, I mean, this black bracelet, right? Black bracelet. It's upside down. Is it? This black bracelet right here, right? See that? Larry D. Harris. Corporal Larry D. Harris. Go Google his name. He ain't my skin color. He's on the cover of my book. Do you think I care? No, I don't fucking care. I do not care. He is my brother. I do not care. I don't know. I don't understand people. But I don't know. Apparently I'm just a dying dinosaur. I don't know. I'm sorry guys. I got off the tangent thought. I call it the rabbit hole. I call it the yellow bird path. I don't know. People upset me. people have too much hatred in their hearts nowadays, and it's just, I really wish that we could, even the military nowadays, like I see so much difference. I'm just in the back of my head, I just see like, I really wish we could go back to the like not really to the generation, like to my generation, because even my generation, I saw kind of like a, not my generation. I know like even in my generation, we still had our hiccups because women were still kind of like, it was still like, oh, where's your husband, as far as like in the military, like, oh, did your husband serve? Women were still kind of like, did your husband serve? And it was like, but now it's like, now it's more of like, I'm the veteran, which is great. And women are getting more appreciated for that, which I'm super proud of. Because they need to. But now we're going kind of in like this weird direction. Now we're starting to become, in America, and I'm only speaking from American perspective, so please excuse me to Jonas, who I know is in Germany, and if I have any other viewers, like, yeah, I'm not sure who else, but like, if I have anybody else, but like, I do apologize if I have any other viewers that are in a different country, but like, this is just my American perspective. Like, I just see so many other people, and it's just like we get offended about everything. Like, me and Jonas, we were talking tonight earlier. You can go through the comments. I thought he was just kind of like sitting there, like ragging on me, just like, how do you say that again? I was just like, nah, just keep dishing it out, man. I don't care. Like, I was like, tortillas? Like, I don't know how to say it. I forgot how to say tortillas there for a second. Like, I don't. He's like, no, man, I wasn't trying to make fun of you. He's like, dude, I don't care. You can make fun of me all you want. I've been like, my army friend, kind of, he's actually, I actually lived with him before I joined the Marines. He's basically my brother. He makes fun of me all the time. He's like, hey man, when are you gonna give me a standing ovation? He's like, oh, wait, that's right. You can't give me a standing ovation. I'm just like, hey bro, that's cool. Guess what? I got 2 arms. Guess I don't care. Like, I don't really care about that anymore. And I burnt that one too. Trust me, guys. Like, you ain't gonna offend me. Oops. Like, I don't know. I don't understand people. I hate tongs for this reason, because I always end up pinching myself. Shit. Can't stick out my tongue. I'm gonna pinch myself. Thumb, get out of that way. Yeah. Alright. So yeah. I apologize for the random tangent, and that's all. I will get better equipment. I will have to look into a better camera. So yes. Let me just move this real quick. Let me move these burnt out tacos without burning myself. Ooh. How am I going to do this? Oh, you know what? I will do this. I will make 2 tacos, and then I will grab. I gotta grab a spoon. No, it's interesting to listen to you. Yeah, you're probably like, hey bro, anytime you wanna stop talking, shh, please stop talking. I gotta grab a spoon. I do apologize for turning my back. I apologize. So, cool. I will make sure. So, what I think I'm going to do, I don't know, for everybody, that way you guys don't have to go and see. I got an itch. So, last night, I was on, but I forgot because I'm not the best at this yet. So, what I'm doing is doing this first, since this sour cream will kind of hold everything together. And what I can do is kind of put sour cream down, and then like, this is going to be annoying. I probably should grab that little baby spatula, but totally just stuck out my tongue. Oh god, I'm gonna have one of the cats jump up in my lap. I can see it. Which one is it gonna be? Ugh. This is not working out so well. I wish I had better dexterity. I'm kind of just like smoothing it on right now. It's not really working out well. Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna show you, once I get these done, I'm gonna show you exactly what they look like. It's not gonna be pretty. I'm just now warning you. I hope that you guys are not expecting this, like, awesome looking dish. That's all. Just warning you right now. So, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Okay? Okay. What? Who went meow? Oh, you did. I swear one of these. I apologize. I saw a comment and then have you looked into prosthetic finger braces? Yeah, so actually, you know what? I had a consultation yesterday. Friday. Thursday. My days are messed up. With occupational therapist from the VA. For a orthotic, resting hand splint, which I'll wear at night. And I don't know how to say this without kind of like not. I don't know how to say this without being not politically correct. So I'm gonna say it. It's the hand that you get after you have a seizure, and what it looks like is the claw hand. It's this hand. I don't know if anybody has ever had a family member that has had a seizure, but it's this hand right here. So what happens is flexors. Your flexors are the strongest muscle in your hand. Oh, okay. So then you know this. When your hand goes into this, I'm so sorry, it was out of frame. When your hand gets into this motion, or into this position right here, it's stuck. And you cannot get it unstuck. So my left hand, it's not doing that. But it is kind of getting a little rigid. It's getting very, like, I need to stretch. And because those extensors, this motion, isn't fully incorporated, they're weak, I'm going to start wearing at night. Oh joy. But don't worry, I've slept with this thing before. I'm going to start wearing this thing at night, a resting hand splint. I can't put my hand in this motion, but basically all four of my fingers on my left hand will be like this, will be flat like this, and then my thumb, just my thumb, will be like this for my left hand. And that's how I'll sleep. Can't wait. It's going to be super, super excited. It's going to be so comfortable. And it's going to be plastic. P.S. I've worn one before, and in the middle of the night, I went like this with hard plastic. And then also in the middle of the night, I had this hard plastic resting against my head. I don't dream. When I go to sleep, it's nothing but black. It felt like somebody was drilling into my head, and I had a dream about somebody actually physically drilling into my head. And I woke up and started screaming. I don't dream. That was great. Loved it. Yeah. So. Orthotics, though. I don't know how I feel about that. Only because while I have the tendency to not care about what people perceive about how I look in the general public, I really don't want to be wearing something like I try not to wear these big bulky mechanical things. So like I really don't require things like, if I go out, shopping or something like that, right? Like if I'm gonna go and like go clothes shopping, I'd be fine because that's well, I take that back. If it's more than 5 pounds, I can't do that. I can't pick anything up more than 5 pounds. Anything above, like today when I had groceries, I had a grocery delivery. I can't. I wouldn't have been able to go and get the groceries because it was more than 5 pounds. I got things for tonight, the tacos, which we all saw the ingredients, and then I got in stuff for tomorrow. I'm making like crock pot, which great thought process, John. You really did not think about this. I'm making crock pot chicken, pulled chicken, chili taco. Again. But yeah, great thought process. Yep, great thought process. Yep. Yes, I would. I'm putting this spoon in the sink, so don't worry about me. I'm not double dipping. I'm done with this spoon, so I'm just putting it into the sink. Yes, I would. Absolutely. There was only one time I thought about that. There was actually only one time. This is not political. No. There's only one time I thought about that, and that was just recently. And it was just because of like a bad day that I was having and everything like that. It was just like world events and everything. So, what, guys? Excuse me, I'm just gonna clean up ish. Just gonna set this stuff aside. But absolutely, and it took me quite a while though to come up to that. Oh, this is the hard part. It took me, yes, I know, you guys really smell the food, don't you? It took me quite a while. I'm gonna wait to do that later. Excuse me. Sorry, yelling at the Apollo. Would you ever consider getting double leg prosthetics, or would you prefer the wheelchair? I'll answer that. And it took me quite a while to come up to that, though. And the reason why is because why I've come to that conclusion. I'm definitely not Salt Bay. But that is definitely totally messed up. Meh, it's working. It worked. The reason why I came to that conclusion, like I said, it took me quite a while to come up to that, is because I had to set myself aside, and I had to think about. I put away my own selfish desires, and it took me a while though. That's what took me a while. So at first it was like, why was I being punished? What did I do to deserve this kind of thing? Like, again, not pushing religion, because that's not what I'm about. To each their own. But like, I got so mad at the big guy or big woman in the sky big rain cloud in the sky, and I was just like, why did you do this to me? What did I do to deserve this? Is this karma coming back at me? Like, what energy did I put out there that said, please punish me? You know? And it took me quite a while. But then I eventually was like, people started reaching out to me like after like 2 years, and they're like, hey, I heard about your story, and I, read that you like at one point thought about committing suicide, and you're like, screw this, I ain't doing this. And then they started coming forward, and I'm like, yo, big rain cloud in the sky, like, is this my higher purpose? Like, did you keep me on this planet to like stop people from jumping off the cliff, like putting a gun in their mouth, like stop them from, hanging themselves? Like, could you have like done that a little bit sooner? Like, could you have made this a little bit easier though? Like, could you have at least given me like a little bit of a left leg, like something? Could you have not made it so much of a struggle? That kind of thing. It just definitely took me a little bit though. And I mean, do I regret it though? I don't regret it. I just wish it would have been sooner that I came to that realization. And I wish there would have been things that I would have noticed and things that I could change. Not about my injury, but things that I could have done during my recovery, if that makes sense. Like, I wouldn't have changed my actual, like, psst, don't step there. That's an IED. I don't wish I could have changed that. I wish I could have said, hey, John, shut up. You're fine. You're gonna be fine, blah, blah, blah. You lost your arms, legs. Suck it up, buttercup. Pain is leaving the weakness. Marine Corps, Semper Fi, Semper Gumby, blah, blah, blah. Whatever Marine Corps is saying, all that stuff. But, like, I wish I could have changed my mentality going through the injury. So, and I'll get back to that other person's comment. So, like, I don't like the guys that go out there and say, that will, like, downplay other people's troubles. I don't like the people that will go out there and say, well, look at me, I'm a quad amputee. You're just missing one limb. Or, look at me, I'm a quad amputee. Oh, you've got addiction issues? Pfft, that ain't nothing. And there are guys like that. There are people like that. I know them. Sorry, I'm still fidgeting with this lid. I'm really trying to put it back on. There are guys like that. I don't like that. It's not about who has the most on their plate. It's really not. We all have struggles. We really do. It's about your attitude and how and what you learn. It's about what you learn on your way down, and it's about what you do when you're coming back up. Do you help your neighbor? Do you help them when they're coming up, or when they're, when they're down, and do you teach them? I think that's like kind of what I've learned. I don't know. That's just my thought process. Double leg prosthetics. Sorry, I'm still fidgeting with this lid. I cannot put it back on the salsa. I got it. This lid. Okay. So, now you can see it. Salsa. So prosthetics for my leg are a no-go. So, a no-go. Because, one, I'm a guy. Two, I have a hip disarticulation, which means I do not have a leg on my left side. So, my left side is, this is my left side, PS. My left side is literally just straight to my butt cheek. So my right side, this right here, my right side. See, right. That's my. You can't really see my tattoo, but yeah, I have a tattoo on my leg. My little shark. I'm starting an ocean scene on my leg. So my right side can fit a prosthetic, but my left side, I would have to sit basically in a bucket. But the problem with that though is one, the prosthetics go all the way up to, well, again, I'm a guy, kind of smushes things. Two, because of the hip disarticulation, I exert about 200% more energy than the average person. Lid has been secured. So, for me to walk about the length of from my kitchen to my dining room, which is maybe 25 feet, it would probably take me about 3 minutes. Sorry, not 30. 3 minutes. That's not doable. That's not practical. I could do that in about, well, as soon as I get out the doorway, about 10 seconds. Well, maybe not 3 minutes. Probably about a minute. So, I would absolutely love to use prosthetics, but yeah, it's not practical. It's. Plus, I have to use little crutches, like I forget what they're called, but they go like C crutches. But yeah, fold out table installed in your wheelchair. No. I try not to get anything attached to my wheelchair. Like it's just like I feel like if I get anything attached to my wheelchair, it's just like I'm basically putting a big old sign on myself that says, "Hey, look at me. I'm just like an abnormal person." It's just like I feel like it's just more things to add to this thing. That's just more of like. At one point, I actually wanted to wear a pair of glasses to the mall back when I was a quad. So back when I was a quad amputee, I actually bought a pair of spy glasses because I actually wanted to wear these spy glasses to the mall and actually show people the amount of people that sit there and stare. It's absolutely ridiculous. The amount of people that sat there and stared at me, they were just, this is nothing against the Asian community, but it's actually, it's because their culture is kind of surrounded around beauty, I believe, if I remember correctly. But it was when I went to Philadelphia with one of my friends, Adam Keys, this dude and a whole bunch of them actually walked into each other. One dude actually walked into a pillar, but it's usually a lot of Asians that would stare at me constantly. And it's just anything outside of the normal, they would constantly stare. It's just, I don't perceive it as rude. It's just outside their normal. And kids, holy shit. Kids, gotta love the kids. Kids will straight up tell you what they think. Oh, yep. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's your culture. It's nothing against it's nothing against you guys. I can't hold it against you. It's like your guys' culture is like if you're not a certain size, like I actually just learned about the whole mask thing. For instance, if you don't feel beautiful that day, you actually wear a mask. And it's not for you. It's for the rest of your it's for the rest of your people. So you don't have to show them your face or something like that. I forget the wording, but it's very unique. It's very, very unique. But man, the kids, they just sit there and be like, "Mom, Dad, look at that guy. He doesn't have arms and legs." And it's just like, what? But yeah, it's just like, I just can't believe it. I'm just like the kid. Like, I absolutely love the kids. Jonas, have a good night, man. I know it's like late there in Germany, and I didn't see who commented after Jonas. I'm so sorry. It kind of disappeared super quick. So just say hi, whoever commented after Germany, or Germany, whoever commented after Germany. But yeah, the kids are absolutely insane. They will just like rip you apart. I mean, you can't do anything. They're just kids. So it's just like, okay, that's cool. I mean, what are you gonna do? Be like, hey, and they'll go up to the mom and dad and they'll be like, "Mom, Dad, what happened to that guy's arms and legs? Mom. And it's just like, And it's just like, Mom, Dad, what happened to that guy's arms and legs? And they'll be like, I don't know. Why don't you go ask him? I'm like, what should I tell the kid? Clever time, clever boy. What should I say? Should I be evil John Peck or should I be a good John Peck? Sometimes I'll tell the kids to be like, well, I didn't eat my vegetables. And I lost my arms and legs. I enlisted my mom and dad, and they took me to the basement and they chopped them off. Yeah. Now, sometimes, depending on their age, I'd be like, so, I lost them in the war. They just sit there and they'd be like, yeah. But, so, my basic tacos. I don't know if I can show these to you guys. Because I don't know if I can turn my camera around. Bye! Oh, man. Oh, my God. I feel like Artemis is trying to tell me something. I have a friend who told his kids that it was smoking that he did that to him. Oh, God. I feel so bad. Let me see. Here we go. You might see my leg. No, I don't want this. What is this? Here we go. So sorry for you guys seeing my leg, but that is my basic tacos! Super basic. What'd I say? Super basic. Super basic. What can I say? Oh, my phone's hot. Oh, come on, button. I apologize. I'm trying to hit this button at the bottom of the screen and it's not clicking. Excuse me for 1 second. There we go. And now I cannot get rid of your guys. Oh, there we go. Alright, guys. What's up, Artemis? Alright, guys. I'm gonna go eat my basic white boy tacos. I know. But, I made them by myself. But, so yeah. I'll just recap kind of what I said in the beginning. I think the join button, I'm going to add it, but I think I got to figure out kind of what I'm going to do. I don't think it's going to be a join as far as like a subscription monthly basis. I think it's more going to be like a Patreon kind of thing. And then I think I'm going to go out and get a better camera. While I love my phone and everything, I think I need to get more of like a tripod and everything. That way you guys can kind of see what I'm going to do. I think the channel will be more of like this, cooking videos, talking, probably like a lot of games, video games. That's kind of what I do. Yeah. And everything like that. I want this to grow, but I also want you guys to be a part of it. Because like I said this the other night, but like any please disregard the quotation marks I'm about ready to do, but this is my best attempt. Any influencer that says that the people are not that support them are not, part of this, don't know business, because they are the reason that they are influencers. But yeah, I want you guys to, have control too. So you guys can, be a part of this and help this grow. And you say, hey, we don't like that, or hey, you're doing a great job. And that's fine. That's why I don't think I want to do the YouTube join button, because then it's just a monthly thing, whereas more like the Patreon thing, it's more like a tip, like great job, or here's $1. Cool. Hey, you're doing a shitty job. 0. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I think my next video will kind of be I think I'm gonna try to get the documentary, or kind of just share the documentary on here, and then maybe we can sit and you know, have kind of like a Q&A of just like the basic first part of my injury, like the TBI part. I'll try to recap that as much as possible, and then yeah, we'll just kind of, how you feel, that kind of stuff, and then yeah, see how that goes. You guys let me know how you feel about that. All right, I'm gonna go eat my tacos now they're probably cold, but whatever. I eat a lot of cold food anyway. I usually don't warm up pizza or leftovers. Actually, I don't think I warm up a lot of leftovers. I really gotta sit up straight. I gotta stop hunching. Sorry, that's me sitting up straight. Now my phone's blowing up. All right, all right, guys. I've been on here for about an hour and a half. That's a really long video. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining me on this, and as always, I really appreciate it. Should I say the whole like, subscribe, share thing? That's too cheesy, huh? Right? Too cheesy? Too cheesy. Alright, guys. I'm gonna go eat. I gotta go feed the cats. I'm gonna go look at camera choices. If you guys have any tips or edit, is anybody an editor? Let me know if you guys are an editor. If I have an editor following me, that'd be great. Alright. Have a great night, guys. And to the Germany dude, good luck in school. Be safe. Everyone, hope everyone's safe right now, especially with this new wonderful variant. Don't worry, I'm not being a bubble boy. Hope everyone's being safe, and everyone have a great night. Alright? Cool. Good night, guys.